Hello everybody, Gavach. Today's Tanya for Chaf Aleph Kislev answers the question that the Alter Rebbe asked yesterday of how is it possible to describe the spiritual journey of such a vast amount of people and to fit it all into one book where everybody could get something out of it and it could speak to them. And the Alter Rebbe answers that he's speaking to his Chassidim. He's speaking to people who he has met over countless years. He's met thousands, from the smartest to the most devout, from those who question about God's existence to simple men, the rich and poor, everybody with their particular questions, and he has answered them one-on-one all throughout the years. And now he's formulated it and organized it in a book where every person's questions that he was addressed, he can answer. And he says that since I know you and I thought about you when I put this book together, by you reading this book, you will find the answers you need. And Chassidim have adapted that and said not only for his Chassidim, but the Alter Rebbe knew, since he was the Rebbe, he was like the hub of his generation. He knew all of Judaism, and he knew what was going on in their heart and in their minds, and they can find the answers they're looking for within the Alter Rebbe's book. And he says that he will turn his tongue into a pen. He's a quote from the Tehillim, that he will be able to address all those as if he was speaking them one-on-one with his pen. And if anybody has any trouble trying to understand the words of the Tanya, he should go to a scholar of his neighborhood and ask him, hey, help me out. What does this passage mean? I need a little bit of help with this regard. And the Alter Rebbe says that you shouldn't act with anav of a shiflus shel sheker, that the wise men should say, oh, who am I to explain the Alter Rebbe's words? I'm a nobody. Don't act like that. It says anybody that withholds bread, einish mar manei bar, if anybody is withholding bread from the hungry, he is severely punished. And with his spiritual sustenance, if a man is coming and asking, help me understand the Tanya, put your humility to one side and help the man out. And he says through that you will come to a bracha. It says that when the rich man meets the poor man for the purpose of tzedakah, they both get illuminated. That's a bracha that Hashem promises that by giving tzedakah you will be rewarded. And the Alter Rebbe adapts it for this, that by helping someone understand, you yourself will glean deeper insights. And I know this personally in my life, and I'm sure you've all experienced this, that when you explain something over to someone else, you get it more settled and it happens more organized in your own brain as well. So he says that it should also lead to a time where where nobody will need to ask of anybody, because everybody will know God. There will be no need to ask. And he ends off with the same as his sons and as the other people who endorsed his book, Reb Zusha and Reb Yehuda Leib. He says that this book was put together with very hard work from the compilers, that's referring to himself, and from the Tfusim, referring to the men who brought it to press. And he says that it should not be tampered with for the next 5 years, and all that listen to this edict will have blessing. I just want to ask you guys a thought. You can comment below. When he says that we will not need to ask because we will all know God, personally in my life, I'm wondering if this could relate to the internet age, that no longer will man need to lower himself to ask somebody else, hey, I don't know, help me figure it out, but we will all know. It's in the palm of our hand to know anything. Does that qualify? Are we maybe waiting for another time where we will all know it already in our heads? Comment below if you have any ideas back or forth. Anyway, tomorrow we begin the Tanya from Parak Aleph, and looking forward. We'll see you there.